I'm Richard Randall, and welcome back to the Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or to sell real estate with Barb Schlinker, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, and the only person I would recommend. Barb, home sellers planning to put their homes on the market often ask how to prepare. What are some important tips to drive up the sales price when they sell their Colorado Springs area home?
Well, Richard, first of all, most homes that are really pretty, recently remodeled, and priced realistically always sell fast. Even during the meltdown, those homes were moving. But a lot of home sellers assume that buyers are okay with taking a home as is. Even in the purchase agreements, it says the home is sold as is, where is, with all its faults. And if they're not buying a new home, there's going to be some faults here and there, but there's some things that you can do, some small improvements that really go a long way into getting top dollar for your home. The high cost things that typically get what I call dinged or requested by buyers on inspections are roof replacements, furnace replacements, especially if it's a really, really old, like over 30-year furnace, electrical panel, especially if it's a Federal Pacific, and structural stuff, which doesn't come up too often, but that can be super costly. You would probably know if you have a structural problem, your floors will be crooked, there'll be cracks in the walls. But most of the updates that you can do are actually quick and easy and relatively low cost. And pre-planning, especially with our team, can help you get your home ready for sale worry-free. So here's one very low cost thing that you can do that's really simple. And you would think that it would be something everybody knows, but it's a different mindset when you put your house up on the market versus when you live in it. Like the way my house looks right now, there's no way I let anybody take pictures of it. My desk is a mess. Even when I go meet with sellers, I spread all these papers around. I'm like, I guess I love a messy desk. I don't know what it is, but
it's a sign that you're working hard. You've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. But some people can't stand it because they like everything to be in order. But for selling the home, especially for pictures, you want to make sure you minimize the clutter as much as possible. The best way to start by doing that is take your smartphone or any camera and take pictures of the rooms and blow it up on a computer. That will tell you a whole lot right there. The camera does not lie. It looks back at you. Have a friend look at it and it will tell you what the problems are. Now, of course, we're going to give you guidance on this. We even include staging. But just so you know, I drove past a storage place just yesterday, and it said 2 months storage for free, or like $2. It was something crazy low. So it's worth it to go through each room by room by room, take it one at a time. If you're one of those that's has a little attention deficit disorder like I do, where I'll start one project and I'll get that going, then I'll go over and do another project. Are you like that, Richard?
Oh, absolutely. I am so ADD. I'm all over the place, and finishing and completing the project, that's the problem.
Yeah, that was me yesterday. I'm like, I'll do this. No, I'll do that. So you want to, for something like this, you want to do it one room at a time. Otherwise, you'll get very overwhelmed and it will never get completely done. Okay. And the rooms that you have to key on, of course, are the curb appeal, the living room, the kitchen, the bathrooms, and the bedrooms. So let's take a look at kind of what to do. You can rent a storage space. Some of them are very inexpensive. Go ahead and pack up those things that you know you're going to take with you to your next destination. But it also gives you an opportunity to clear out that stuff that you really didn't need. Like yesterday, I was going through we have some windows getting put in. And so I kind of had a mess in the master bedroom. I'm like, all right, time to clear this stuff out, put it away. And next thing I know, I'm pulling clothes out of my closet. Goodwill loves me. But I don't ever wear them. It's like, okay, I don't need all these clothes. So I just piled a whole bunch of them. and I'm going to take them down to Goodwill, and I feel good about that. I'm not going to miss them. I haven't worn those pieces for more than a year, and I don't anticipate that I will.
Boy, that
So,
is great advice. I mean, I need that advice. Same thing. I look in there, I've got all these things that used to mean so much to me. And I asked the last time I wore it, I didn't wear that, in the past 5 years. It's still hanging there.
yeah, so closets that are not packed to the gills actually look better. We don't take the inside of closets as photos because they just don't photograph well unless you happen to keep a really neat and tidy closet. But even then, the colors and all that, they just don't look right. But you do want to make sure you're packing away clothes that are not this season, like pack away the winter clothes, maybe leave a few coats out because Colorado's kind of crazy, but pack away the winter clothes, pack away the shoes that you don't wear. I have boxes of shoes. I'm like Imelda Marcus that I just don't wear. I should get rid of them actually. But if you really want to take those with you, fine, box them up, take them to storage, or even put the boxes in garages, because we also don't take pictures of garages. Another really good tip, focus on the basics. So for paint, make sure you're very neutral, no drama colors, no purple, no oranges, no Bronco orange in the living room. Neutral paint can really give you an excellent ROI. And repair broken stuff, especially obvious broken stuff. Tile, flooring, if it's broken, if you can fix it, that would be better. I actually had tired flooring rather. I actually had a client that had beautiful gleaming hardwood floors under old dated Berber carpet. So which one do you think would look better?
Oh my gosh, that's not even close.
It's not even close. And you know what? It was so simple because he pulled the carpet, pulled the nails, and it looks stunning. He really didn't even have to recoat it. And that's what buyers want. They love hardwood floors, but a lot of the older generation gets cold on hardwood floors, so they tend to cover it with carpet.
And it beats up your knees and ankles a little bit more. I mean, I get that, but when you're trying to sell, boy, it's much more appealing.
Much more appealing. In the closets, everything off the floor, especially the master closet, because that makes it look bigger. Another low cost thing you can do are light fixtures. So those Hollywood lights are out of style. The gold brassy finishes are out of style. So if you want to update a bathroom on a very a very light budget, just change out the light fixtures and it'll probably look amazing. And then what we offer is a free report. It's called the 27 Valuable Tips to Get Your Home Sold Fast and for Top Dollar. You can actually go to my website, barbhasthebuyers.com, and look in the upper left-hand corner. There's a link that says Seller Guide that has all of our reports there. And you can download that report or any report you would like for free. A few other little tips, like make sure the home is super, super clean. Cleaning is worth the time. Windows, they don't notice that much unless it's really obvious, but make sure the bathrooms sparkle, the kitchen sparkles, the front door has to look fabulous because curb appeal is really important. It doesn't cost that much to clean a house. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And if you're interested in selling your home, you want to give Barb a call, 719-301-3900. And we're talking, Barb, about the 27 tips you have to drive up the sales price of your Colorado. I always stumble on that one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You're listening to The Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And if you're interested in selling your home, you want to give Barb a call at 719-301-3900. We're talking, Barb, about the 27 tips to drive up the sales price of your Springs area home. What are some of the other home repairs that can yield a great return on your investment?
Well, Richard, landscaping improvements really make a difference. It can mean the difference of your buyer wanting to see the home and not wanting to see the home. Now, I know this is a tough climate to do grass. A lot of things get, like we had that late freeze this year. We had that snowstorm at the end of May. It wreaks havoc on our plants and stuff, but do the best you can, to clean up the front yard, freshen the mulch beds, make sure the front door looks fresh, Make sure that broken doorbell is fixed. Curb appeal is massively important. Did you know out of the 1 minute that most buyers spend looking at homes online, a majority of the time is looking at the pictures of the outside of the home, not the inside?
Wow. Talk about curb appeal really being important.
Right. And you know, I've seen some pictures. I just pulled some pictures from a listing online. I'm like, oh boy, it just doesn't look pretty.
No.
It's got bricks on the floor and it looks like the boards are just about to fall down. You know, here's the thing. When you go to market a home, what you want to do is attract a buyer, not repel a buyer, right?
Right.
Some may just think it's okay just to throw every picture out there, right? But some of these are going to repel a buyer. So we don't want to do that. Like I had one condo last year, not my listing, but somebody else's listing, where in the master bathroom, they had this big giant cat box.
Oh my.
So you can imagine that would repel a buyer, right? And so easy to fix these things. Also, uneven concrete, any trip hazards. It's very inexpensive to do a service called mud jacking. I had a client do it this past summer. And when I first walked up on their sidewalk, their steps were all wonky and broken and stuff. And it actually gave the impression that there were structural problems, but sidewalks and even front stoops are not structural. They're more considered what they call flat work, but you don't want to make that bad impression. So he called this mud jacking company. The one that we like is called Cracker Jack. He's amazing. But it was very inexpensive. He sealed up, they filled in the concrete. It looked amazing. And we actually sold that property for way over asking price. Getting curb appeal right could mean the difference of me getting plenty of offers versus very few offers. So it's a huge thing that you have to pay attention to, because we know that buyers eliminate homes based on the online pictures. Even if there's missing online pictures, they will skip the house. And you never know who that is or how many people they are. You want to attract all the buyers in the buyer population for that area, that price range, initially by getting it priced right and getting the pictures right, so they don't eliminate the home online. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And if you're thinking of making a move, just give Barb a call at 719-301-3900 or visit barbhasthebuyers.com. And if you want a free report, how to sell for more money in less time, visit barbhasthebuyers.com and go to the seller guide. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll be discussing how to avoid the biggest agent selection mistakes when you're selling your Colorado Springs area home, plus Barb's hot new listing. Stay tuned for that.